Hey guys, it's Todd, Mark, and Ricky from Like Minded Lunatics bringing you, it's another drink, play, swear. Hey, it's all we do around here. I mean, besides like sitting around pumping quarters into arcade games, it's next to all we've ever done around here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Drink, Play, Swear, and welcome back to Like Minded Lunatics. You know that we're not just Drink, Play, Swear here at Like Minded Lunatics. No, it's also these two dudes often doing great stuff on Monday video matchups, Friday night videos, you and Lottie doing Lottie's Rockucation. Mark, just pop up on the screen whatever you want them to look at. I'm sure it's going to be worth their time. And also, dude, please, if you're watching and you haven't hit that subscribe button already, could you help us out and do that so we can see how big this family of like-minded weirdos, degenerates, runaways, and ne'er-do-wells is getting? These bums. It would be wonderful to see how far we are growing, and we are growing pretty quick, dude.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. So, all right. What is it that we do around here? Well, at Drink, Play, Swear, it's exactly what it sounds like. We play a game, usually a classic one, pair it with a beverage, and we tell stories. It's a real good time when we get to do it as a group, joined by Mark and Ricky today, which is a lot of fun because then we get to sort of like tell these short form stories and talk a little bit. So what are we playing today, dude?
I went with Doom 64. Doom 64 is what we're playing. It was one that the original Doom, the computer one,
Yes.
God, I played it all the time.
Yes, me too. And what are we drinking today? Oh, man.
Not good.
No, I love it. The Redneck Redeemer brought these over.
Doom beer.
And they're still kicking around your fridge.
He likes to say it's the champagne of beers because
Sure.
it's on the can.
That's what it says it
That's
is.
what it says it is.
right.
It smells more
Smells like piss.
Yeah, it smells more like the
Salud.
diaper of beers.
At least it's refrigerated nicely. It's nice and cold.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say, for my money, it's better than a Coors. Better than a Bud Light. There's something slightly floral about a Miller.
It tastes like a beer, but it tastes like it's trying to be a beer. it's not quite there.
It's the facsimile of beers.
Yeah.
All right, so Mark, you're getting us started
I'm trying.
on
I'm
this
not.
game.
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not doing well, Todd.
That's all right. The beginning to all these Doom games, I remember, is sort of difficult because you don't have nothing.
No.
You don't know. You don't remember exactly how to shoot. You don't remember exactly how to like navigate.
Oh, God damn it. See, that's
How to walk.
Yeah, it's fine. But we're gonna get started talking today.
Please.
And all three of us loved playing games as kids, and of course as grown kids, as grown men who pretend that we're grown-ups but are kids. We still love to play these games. And Mark, you were saying you had an interest in kind of thinking about and talking about the transition to these first-person shooters.
Yeah, because I was a real arcade kid. Worked at the mall. Even before that, I would always drive into Waco and go to the arcade. It was a huge thing for me. And then, oh shit!
What was it called? Because all the arcades had really cool names.
There were two in our mall: Tilt and Quarters.
Tilt and Quarters.
And Tilt was actually, if I remember right, a franchise, and there were several of them. There was one in Temple, one in Killeen. I'm sure there were some here in Austin as well. But I remember the transitionary time period where I started learning more about computers, figuring out how to network them and all that type of stuff, starting with Wolfenstein, and it didn't have a multiplayer, but once we hit Doom, id Software's second game, you had networking capability.
Right.
And so that kind of forced me to learn a little bit about computers and computer networking and stuff because, boy, holding a LAN party, that was like the ultimate cool thing to do.
And you did that, you would lug all your computer crap to someone's house.
Giant CRT monitors. Sometimes if you
It
had
took
one,
two people to carry. Oh,
yes, dude. If it was bigger than like 17 inches, two people had to carry it.
Dude,
Sure.
this is huge. This is 22 inches. You'll never get anything bigger than this.
No, I remember.
This is amazing.
I remember thinking a 12-inch TV when I was a kid was like a pretty good size. Like,
Unbelievable.
that'll do whatever you want it to.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I grew up similarly going to mine in San Antonio was Diversion's
Oh,
game
you
room,
bastard.
and Diversion still exists, and they're a
And
well.
was this a classic arcade with upright cabinets and stuff?
Yes, upright cabinets and a traditional kind of gaming arcade where it's really just arcade games, not much else to do. In other words, it's not like today you get these barcades where you're like, you have alcohol and food and everything. This was just...
You can booze it up, but not back then.
Not back then.
And back then it was all like 10 and 12-year-olds. Now it's all like 40 and 50-year-olds.
I know.
With their kids like, I don't want to be here. Can I be at home on my PlayStation? No.
See, for us, it was a little different. At least at Richland Mall, it was mainly like, I would say 16 to 23-year-olds.
Okay.
Super aggressive dudes that smelled like cigarettes, and we would sneak booze.
Hadn't figured out how to talk to girls yet, so you were hanging at the arcade as opposed to going on like a meaningful date.
That's exactly right. We didn't know how to communicate with the opposite sex, and so
No.
we would stay up there. But once the...
How do you manipulate the thing?
There you go. And then walk onto it. Once the... oh, watch out. There's one of the demons behind you. Go, turn around.
To the left.
Through that,
right.
through that door, there's going to be a big red demon. Once we learned how to land stuff, then there wasn't even any possibility of meeting a female. Because
You're further away than you'd ever been.
because even at the mall, you had to walk by Claire's.
Yeah.
You had to walk by the Gap. So there was a possibility of talking to a female.
Right.
Once the LAN party started, completely off on your own.
Doors locked.
Doors locked. No females are coming. And we would play Doom and then Quake. Quake was huge.
Oh, yeah.
And then we started playing Marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Did you play that, Ricky?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
So Marathon is the progenitor to Halo.
Halo. Yeah.
Oh.
So Marathon was...
I missed out on all these games.
So Marathon was created by Bungie. Bungie would later go on to do Halo and then go on to do Destiny. And so I think they're about to bring Marathon back. But once Marathon started, you had to have a Mac to do it. And then eventually I think it had a PC version. But boy, oh boy, those games were fantastic.
Well, and you talk about the sort of the LAN parties. It reminds me that there was a time when people were labeled computer nerds. Yeah, when we were like we're talking early 90s, mid 90s, when the dawn of the internet and stuff.
In a lot of cases, it was fair.
And no, it was. But we thought of those kids, or at least I did, as kids who are out of touch with the world. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And
I think
yet,
you're going in a circle.
no, I am, because I'm trying to find a room I have not been to yet.
I don't want to interrupt you, but this is what I love about these old games. There's no HUD, there's no map, and if you get lost, it's on you.
No, yeah, you have no idea what you're doing, but that's how you would spend hours, because you didn't have anything to do. So you're
there's
like,
the dead guy. I've passed him 3 times.
You be checking for the hidden door at every block. Gone,
Yep.
Gone.
Right.
Gone. It's been 2 hours. Gone.
right. That was early on. I did play Wolfenstein 3D. I had that on my 486 DX2,
Nice.
old computer.
That's a good processing unit. It had the math coprocessor.
It was a good, yeah.
Yeah, so the SX didn't have a math coprocessor.
I see.
It started with, let's see, 0888, or I'm sorry, 0886, 0888, and then there was a 286 and 386 SX, 486 SX and DX, and then we went to Pentium.
And then Pentium.
And it had the biggest hard drive you ever need. You'll never fill it up. 16 megs.
Right.
You'll never fill that up.
Yeah, I remember my first laptop going to college. I was given IBM Aptiva.
I think you've been here.
Dude, here, take this. First laptop, which, by the way, did not play Half-Life, even though it said it could.
Oh, that's always the worst.
Yeah, it lagged like hell. You couldn't play it. But it had 2 gigs. I remember, and I was like, this is enormous. Like, I can't believe
Right.
I've got 2 gigs, because, yeah, our 486 DX was like a quarter of that.
You never fill that up, man. You'll never fill it up. Man, there was a college friend of mine that had Doom. He used to go to his dorm to play it.
Yeah.
Watch
I
him
think
play
this
it.
game is broke.
And he had food,
I think we're broke, bro.
crumbs all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So he never vacuumed or anything. So he'd be playing Doom, and everyone would be crunching, and it was
So when I was
amazing but nasty.
When I was 16, I had a buddy. I started working at the haunted house, and I met a guy there named Jeff. And Jeff was going to TSTC at the time for computer programming. And so Jeff was the first person I knew that lived by himself.
Yeah.
He was like 22. He lived by himself. He was a computer guy. I thought he was the coolest dude in the world.
Sure, of course you did.
And Jeff was pretty good at programming, not so great at sobriety.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, he struggled with the sobriety aspect of it.
Okay.
And so he was the type of guy who would, I don't know where I'm at, Todd. I don't know.
I went around this circle 700 times.
I don't know what's happening. Can we go to a different level? What is happening?
If you have to.
All right, well, I'll just keep trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
He was the type of guy that would program and then fall asleep with his head pressed against the monitor. And he had done that so much that the radiation from the CRT had made him go bald
No.
in one spot. Yeah, that's completely true. And so one day I walked up to Jeff's house and I walked in and I didn't knock. You know, I just walked in.
You go in.
And the moment the door closed, he goes, "Be careful with the keys." What? And so I walk in, and there are keyboard keys all over the floor, taken off of the keyboard,
Yeah.
just spread over the floor. I'm like, Jeff, what is happening in here? He's like, spilled beer in my keyboard. I'm just trying to dry it out. So he had taken the keyboard apart, key by key, and washed them and spread them over the floor to dry as if they were clothes.
All I can hear.
It was unbelievable.
All I can hear when you say this is that he is getting further and further away.
From sobriety.
No, I was
Oh.
gonna say from like a meaningful relationship with someone he's romantically interested in.
Yep.
Like little bald spot for no reason.
No reason.
Obsessively taking apart his keyboard.
Yeah.
Computer programming. Each one of these takes him further and further away
From actual relationships with people.
from. Well, yeah.
I mean, there's a positive end to Jeff. He met a woman,
Did it work out?
worked out.
What's he
I
doing?
think they had a child.
Don't tell me he created Google, man. Don't tell me. He's a billionaire.
He got hair plugs and he's a billionaire.
Last I knew, he's doing really well.
Good.
She
Like
helped-
all those nerds created Google and Amazon and all that. It's like,
Sure. They just
Todd, I don't know what's happening in this game. I feel like
Dude.
I feel like we got a glitched game.
dude, we
it's a
failed.
glitch. It's a glitch.
We failed horribly at this game, like we do so often.
I don't know what's happening.
This is your game, bro.
I wanted to play a racing game, and you're like, "Can we just play something else that's easier, like a Doom?"
Okay, that's
And I said,
true.
"All right, we'll play a Doom." And now we're playing Doom, and my guy is like, "I'm gonna blow that shit right up."
Well,
Oh, there you did.
My guy is just lost. Apparently, there's just 2 levels to this game, and we've won.
Oh, we won.
All right, well, let's end it as winners, Todd.
I mean, you know, looking back on that time period, and of course now we're all just running around on our phones, which is probably worse than those LAN parties that you're talking about, because we're a little more isolated as a result, don't you think?
I feel like when we get bored now, or there's like a lag in anything, we go to our phone. Whereas previously we would go to cigarettes, and that's just more healthy.
I miss cigarettes.
That's just healthier.
I feel like our phones are dumbing us down too. There's so much crap.
God, we didn't,
Everyone's like, "Oh, I did research. I looked it up."
and we didn't even have far to go, so
Yeah.
it's not good.
Dumbed us down.
You guys are talking, and I'm just thinking about cigarettes now. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for being here for a weird one. I mean, we'll get better at the games, you know what I mean?
We
But
won't.
after 140 of these or whatever, like, what do you expect? In between now and the next. By the way, you're going to have to take these goddamn beers down. I hope you're ready.
How much do you have left? Let's see.
4/5 of it.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
amazing! You've had like 3 drinks. Fill mine.
All right, you're doing okay. How you doing? Oh yeah, he's like me. Okay, we're gonna do our best. Hey, hope you had a good time watching us fail. In between now and the next time we talk to you, we are Todd. We're also Mark. We're also Ricky. Embarrassment. Yeah. You had to free up space.
I learned from the Redeemer.
Oh,
It's cold.
see ya.